What's up everyone, it's Iceman aka Jay, back again with another video for you guys. In this one we're going to talk about Call of Duty World War II. The trailer just came out at E3 and I wanted to talk about it a little bit, and I think that there are some people who are immediately comparing it to Battlefield 1, and I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw this trailer I was like, is this a Battlefield 1 DLC? But yeah man, it does look very, very similar. So now obviously they're both sort of in the same period and they sort of represent the world wars that were going on at the time, so there are of course going to be similarities, and I think some of the comments, you know, comparing them are a bit ignorant, but at the same time, really, they're justified. It really does look similar in terms of the gameplay. You'll notice in the Call of Duty World War II trailer, that even just the way they threw grenades, the way the flamethrower is going across in the trenches, it all looks very familiar. And when you're getting comments under the video saying, this is a nice Battlefield 1 DLC, it's kind of interesting. My actual thoughts on the trailer, if we take away the fact that Battlefield 1 exists, is that I think it does look pretty good. It looks a lot better than the previous iterations of Call of Duty. Just the fact that they've taken away the booster packs, the exosuits and all that crazy stuff is good for me, because I don't like verticality in first-person shooters, and I think a lot of people agree with me. Anyone that understands how a first-person shooter works also understands that you can't be covering that many angles at once. I don't care if you're the Terminator, it doesn't matter. I don't care if you're Bruce Lee, it doesn't matter. You can't be covering that many angles at once, so you got to be able to look laterally, and having the focus on laterally moving type gunplay within the maps is what's important to making a sustainable multiplayer, in my opinion. Too many multiplayers try to add verticality to maps, and that's what makes them die out, in my personal opinion. Now, you may have a different one, but really, if we think about the greatest maps of all time, let's think about, in regards to Call of Duty, Nuketown. It's a very straightforward map. There's not a lot of verticality besides the two buildings, right? So it's pretty much just a flat surface, and the reason that it's so good is because it's simple. It's not overcomplicated. People do not want such overcomplications, and having such verticality adds those complications. But enough of that nerdy crap. What is the coolest things from this trailer? Well, the main thing to me, it's the fact that there's a freaking tank in there. It's really reminiscent of the earlier Call of Duty games, especially World at War. It looks a lot like that, and to me that was one of the better Call of Duty titles, although it did have its issues. Definitely a lot of the earlier COD titles had issues, but it was a really fun game in my opinion, and I think that if they can nail the gameplay, they may have a really decent game here. It's just that they're going to cop a lot of flack because it does look a lot similar to Battlefield 1. Now, there is one key note here. Battlefield 1 was set in World War 1, and obviously World War II Call of Duty set in World War II, so you're going to have obvious differences like guns and vehicles that are going to be different because of the different time frames, so that's what you need to keep in mind. Creatively, the way it works in a lot of games is they'll gain inspiration off others, and I think what's happened here is Infinity Ward's definitely gained inspiration off Battlefield 1. That's not to say they're plagiarizing them in any way. I don't know if they'd have a lawsuit for that, but it definitely looks similar. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Do you think Infinity Ward was directly copying Battlefield 1? I think that there are some elements definitely within the trailer that you'll see that look very similar, but I wouldn't say certainly that, oh yeah, they're definitely copying Battlefield 1. I don't want to make a claim like that, but yeah, the trailer looks fun, man. I'm definitely gonna try it out. I avoided the previous Call of Duties like the plague because they are the plague, and yeah man, I'm gonna get back into it. I want to try it out, do some live commentary for you guys, and it should be a good time. And to sum up my overall thoughts on it, I'm not exactly like mega hyped. I'm not sitting there on the edge of my seat going, I can't wait for this, I can't wait for World War II Call of Duty, but they've definitely piqued my interest because I was such a fan of the older Call of Duties, so that's why I've kind of got interest in this, and it'll be good to try out, it'll be good to have a go at, and hopefully they reignite the competitive scene and have a nice ranked system like Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Those were the days, man, playing with your friends. It was a good time, and anyway, leave me your thoughts in the comments section below, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like, share, subscribe, and peace.